Hi, my name is Lisa Caputo, and this is my oral presentation. And my oral presentation is about gender stereotypes. Generally, people have occasionally been pressured to act or look a certain way based on their gender. Throughout history, girls and women have been faced with the many negative stereotypes regarding their involvement in sports and athletics. Today's media has for sure personified these stereotypes. For instance, one of my favorite movies showed an example of stereotypes and stereotyping, which that movie, some of you may know what it is, but that movie is Sandlot. In that movie, where one of the guys on the other team was upset with the other boy, he's like, "You play like a girl." Hence, girls are considered to be weak and vulnerable. Some examples of gender stereotyping are girls that are playing sports are considered to not be good enough, or they're considered to not be physically fit enough, or they can't keep up with the boys. Most say that girls and women shouldn't play sports because they just aren't strong enough. A lot of people associate women athletes to be seen as lesbians when it comes to sports like wrestling, boxing, rugby, lacrosse, possibly even soccer and softball. Myself personally, I played softball throughout high school. Everyone in my high school seemed to think that just because girls played softball, they were seen as lesbians or they all had girlfriends. But in reality, almost everyone on my softball team had boyfriends. I myself was the only one that had a girlfriend. And most people tend to think that wrestling, boxing, rugby, and lacrosse was a guy sport and girls shouldn't be allowed to play. But I tend to think the more tougher sports are the more fun ones. Because I myself have done gymnastics and ballet, and it just wasn't it for me. I like the more rougher ones, the more get down dirty type of sport. I think typically girls are generally seen as not really competitive and are seen to be very emotional, which can be seen as a negative impact on sports. And I typically think when individuals seem to think of the word sports, they think of men instead of women. As a woman myself, I personally respond to the stereotypes is that I like to prove people wrong. I like to go above and beyond. If they tell me I can't do something, I'm going to do it. If they tell me I can't do something, I'm not strong enough, I'll work a little bit harder, go above and beyond what they said that I could not do, and accomplish the things that people say that I couldn't do. But many people say, "Oh, you're a girl. You can't ride a four-wheeler. You can't climb trees. You can't play in the mud. You can't do any of that." Why not? Girls can do the same things that they think that it's just for men. Girls can do the same thing. The only different thing is the body part. We all bleed red. So if I were to speak of the girls of the younger generation who are affected by the gender stereotyping of playing the many different sports, I would tell them to use the stereotypes to push themselves and use the hateful words as motivation. And don't allow something to hold you down. Because if we were all to allow something to get ourselves down and upset about it, about something that someone said that we couldn't do, us as women would not have a single say so in today's world, in today's society. I also think that if you love something, you should do it no matter what people are saying. And try your best. If you fall or you don't succeed, just get up and try again. Overall, I think the saying, "play like a girl," can be seen as a positive saying in today's society. Because I think in today's world, us as women have such an important role in society. We are seen as equal. And I think stereotypes should be dispersed completely for men and women, whereas women are more stereotyped than men. Because men can be seen as the tougher ones, and they can say or do whatever they please, and us as women are the ones that get beat down consistently, or we're seen to be weak or vulnerable. But I think that if I were to be able to climb a tree or compete in a competition, I would say that I'm a woman and I can do and please as I do and prove the men wrong. Therefore, gender stereotypes should not be a thing in today's society.